Well, let's check in with 12 News investigative reporter Wendy Halloran, who's been digging into the background of these parents. Wendy.
Well, Mark, Kansas Lavarnia, the boy's father, has a history of thinking the world is his playground, where he can break into cars and houses to steal things that don't belong to him. He should not have had a gun in his home, but he did. The very gun that a 2-year-old used to shoot his 9-year-old brother. Wendy Lavarnia pleading with the court commissioner at the 4th Avenue jail.
Am I able to go to the hospital and check on my son's condition?
A gun that should have never been in her home. Her husband, the boy's father, has been in and out of prison and jail for more than a decade.
Kansas Lavarnia.
12 News digging deeper. In the early 2000s, Kansas Lavarnia did time in an Ohio prison for drugs. When he moved to Arizona, it wouldn't take long for him to continue his life of crime. January 2009, he burglarized the home of a man where he used to clean fish tanks. The man comes home and sees him crouched down, hiding in the driver's seat of a car. Lavarnia speeds toward him. He jumps out of the way to avoid being hit. Fast forward to August 2009. High on drugs, Lavarnia tried to steal a red sports car but got caught. Sheriff's deputies entered his apartment and he began screaming derogatory words intended for cops at them. About a month later, he stole the identity of a friend who allowed him to stay at his apartment. Lavarnia walked into a credit union in Glendale posing as the man and withdrew $4,500 from the victim's account. When caught, he told Glendale police detectives he was abusing drugs because of an old injury to his back and was not thinking clearly. He maintained that all of his crimes were caused by his addiction to pain medication. Lavarnia was sent to prison that year and was released in 2012. Still, after all of this, even knowing he had a gun in his own home and was not supposed to, he was released on his own free will without having to post bail.
I am aware of your criminal history and the underlying fact of this case. I note that none of your criminal history is violent and you are not accused of directly causing harm to anyone. So I am going to release you on your own recognizance in this case.
Now, Kansas Lavarnia has promised the court he will show up for future court proceedings in his case, but the question remains how he was able to get the gun since he's not able to own it and unable to legally buy one because he's a convicted felon and his rights have not been restored. In the Live Alert Center, Wendy Halloran, 12 News.